White Back Gate from the series My Tasmania by Yoshida Hodaka, 1979. Photo etching and woodblock print, ink and colors on paper. This print by Yoshida Hodaka is another from the 1970s that combines photo etching and woodblock printing on paper. It is entitled White Back Gate from the series My Tasmania and is approximately 17 inches high by 13 inches wide. The eye goes immediately to a stark white gate, which, much like the doors in 3 windows and 3 front doors, reads as constructed from weathered wooden boards oriented vertically. One of the boards is slightly shorter than the others. The gate interrupts and provides passage through the center of a jet black wall. The wall and the gate through it occupy the bottom half of the frame. The top half is a composition of buildings that we see straight on and that reads as flattened geometric shapes. In front of the left side of the black wall stands a woman facing slightly more forward than profile and oriented toward the center of the work. She wears a dress of black and yellow gold diagonal stripes. Her figure appears far in the foreground, and we see her from her knees at the bottom of the frame to her head, 3/4 of the way to the top. Her skin is the color of rich coffee with milk. She is partially obscured by the vertical edge of a dark gray stone wall, even closer to us in the foreground, which extends up along the entire left edge of the print. She holds her arms down and hands clasped together in a relaxed caress of her belly. She is looking over her shoulder to her right, so we see only the left side of her face. Her expression is somber, her eyes quite sad. She wears a bracelet on her right wrist and a white flower at her throat. The soft curves of her human figure contrast with the geometric architecture in the rest of the piece. Beyond the gate, occupying most of the midground, is a silhouette of a house the beige color of wheat flour. Its light tone appears almost like a photographic negative. A few black lines add some detail of building features: posts, eaves, electrical wires, and roof vents. Other markings suggest the construction and textures of the roof and the siding. A brick chimney that seems to rise from the roof of the same house is only half visible. It runs up the right side of the frame and off the top edge. Its deep tan color and more clearly defined texture of bricks contrast with the more loosely defined house. Behind the silhouetted house is the peaked wall of another house that reaches almost to the top of the frame. It is textured and colored similarly to the chimney on the right, with additional gold and orange tones. The wide A-shaped roofline is delineated by and repeats the beige of the house in the front, contrasting also with the dark blue sky in the background. This house has 2 chimneys of its own in the distance, one just to the right of the peak and the other to the far left. The chimneys repeat the tan of the foreground chimney, adding to the visual rhythm of the piece.